This could be the best $5 part you buy for your Traxxas two-wheel drive vehicle. How's it going, everybody? Greg with RC Driver here, and as some of you know, I've been in this hobby for a long time. Back when I was 16 years old, I worked in a hobby shop for probably about 4 years in total, and during that time, I saw a lot of Traxxas vehicles come in with spur gear problems, and it happens. You know, you bash into something, the motor moves, you land on the back of the car, the motor moves, and it blows out the spur gear. And for people that are just having fun, they don't know what that noise is, and they keep going, and it just destroys the spur gear. And I even saw that last year. I worked in at a track that had a hobby shop next to it, and I got to tell you the story about this kid. I was in the back room, and I saw this kid come in, and I saw him buy a Traxxas part, and I saw him leave, and probably about a half hour later, I saw the kid come back. He bought another part, and then he left. And then he came back in the third time, probably an hour after that. And I walked out, and I said, what are you buying, buddy? And he kept blowing out spur gears, and he didn't know how to set the pinion and spur mesh. So I went over to the workbench, and I showed him how to do it. But a lot of people, it's still a difficult thing to do. And then a couple weeks ago, I saw Traxxas announce this little bag of parts right here. This is a fixed gear adapter set. And this works with all of their two-wheel drive vehicles. Well, with the exception of the dragster. But anyway, this is going to save a lot of people's cars, a lot of people's gear sets, and it's basically going to take all the guesswork out of setting your gear mesh. So what this does is it basically fixes your motor in a set position that Traxxas has figured out so you have the perfect gear mesh. And what's really cool is they give you this little chart inside that basically allows you to reference your car, what gears you have in your car, and install the proper plate so the gear mesh is set properly. Now this chart is made up of the popular gear combinations that come with the vehicle, so it shows you how to install them for the gears that come with the car and then the optional speed gears that you find in the kit as well. So I'm going to head over to the workbench now to show you how easy it is to install it. Okay, so let's take a closer look at the adapter set. I mean, obviously you can see there are 5 different adapters here, and they are a molded composite plastic, and they basically just fit the motor. You line up the motor screw holes, and then you slide this side into your transmission. And as you can see, it has the different types of spacings to set the gear mesh properly. And they're all labeled. So this one here is the DE version. And over here, this is the F. And this is the G, and so on. And then over here on the chart, you just look up your vehicle. You come over, you make sure that you have the correct pinion and spur. And then it shows you which adapter to use. And now I'm going to show you how easy it is to install. Over here, I have a Scully Monster Truck transmission. And I've already looked it up over here on the chart, and it has the stock gearing in there. So I'm going to use the B spacer, or the B adapter, and over here is the B adapter. It has the AB, but I'll be using the B motor hole. All right, so all you have to do, and basically I just pulled the transmission out so it's easier to see everything. But you can basically pull the tire off of your vehicle on the one side and access the gear cover screws, and just remove the 2. All right, set the gear cover aside, and now is a good time just to double check to make sure that those are the gears that are listed in the chart. So this is a 90-tooth spur, and if you look very closely, there's a little imprint on the pinion gear, and that is a 14-tooth pinion gear, and that matches up with the chart, so the B adapter is correct for this particular truck. So now all you're going to do is remove the 2 motor screws, remove the lower one first, and then back out the top, because the top screw sits behind the spur gear. And just slide the motor out, give it a quick wipe down, make sure there's no dirt in there. And now you're ready to install the adapter. And basically what you're going to do is slide the adapter on and make sure that the holes line up. You have the upper hole and then the lower B hole so the gear mesh is set properly. And then you're going to carefully slide it back into the transmission and tighten down the screws. Tighten down the motor screws firmly. You're not done just yet. Now you're going to have to realign your pinion gear. By putting in the spacer, you've offset the pinion now, and you have to move it back out so the mesh is proper between the pinion and spur. The pinion's now set over just a little too far. So you're going to take a 1.5 millimeter hex driver and slide your pinion out so the width of the teeth on the pinion and the width of the teeth on the spur are matched up. Tighten it back down really tight, and there you have it. Now you have the perfect gear mesh set. Then you can install your gear cover back on and finish the reassembly of your vehicle if you took anything else off. So that was super easy to install, and the gear mesh looks perfect. I bet you this is going to save a lot of spur gears for a lot of people. Like I said, it works with the stock gearing on both brushed and brushless two-wheel drive Traxxas vehicles. And you might be able to use it with other gears as well. You might have to do a little bit of a trial and error to find the right gear mesh if you changed out your gears on your particular vehicle. But like I said, if you're running something stock, this is a great upgrade to have for only $5. Hope all you Traxxas owners found that useful. If you haven't done so, please hit that subscribe button, throw the video a like, and if you haven't done so yet, head over to rcdriver.com or watch some more helpful RC Driver videos.